and welcome to The Calendar. I am Frank McCaffrey. This is the show where we go over the goings-on in the region, and we've got someone who knows all of what's going on in the region. Her name is Crystal Schelle. Have I given you, have I set the bar high for you?
I think so. I'm waiting for someone to come up and just randomly ask me, like, what's going on this weekend? And, forced me to name 10 things.
That's right. You can blame that on me. She is the lifestyle editor of the Herald-Mail, and a darn good one, if you ask me.
Oh, thank you.
And we have a lot to talk about this week. The first event that we're going over here is Children's Summer Stories. Now, I remember when I was a little kid, books were much more popular. We didn't have Nooks and Kindles in those days. And summer was a time to read. It was a time where we picked up new books and advanced our reading skills. And this is a great opportunity for area kids to have the same experience.
Yeah, they're going to be hearing stories underneath the trees at Renfrew Museum and Park. We've talked about that place before. They have a great place up in Waynesboro. And this is for preschool and older children, but you must have an adult with you. They don't want the kids to be running wild as this storytelling. And Renfrew Institute is actually sponsoring this event, and they're going to have these Tuesdays all until August 13th.
All right, fun. Well, okay, you hear stories, but then you go to get the book.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that information up on the screen. That is Children's Summer Stories, 1 p.m., Tuesday, June 25th, Renfrew Museum and Park, 1010 East Main Street, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Parking is in the lower lot off Welty Road. If it rains, or for more information, call that number on the screen for more. Okay, right off the bat, this next event sounds like it's going to be fun for everybody. Critters and Conservation. And I'm assuming we'll get to see some really interesting critters at this event.
I tried to, I wasn't able to get in touch with Hancock before we had to film today, but so the great thing is going to be, you're going to actually let the kids meet animals up close. And I'm trying to dig in. So I was trying to think of the animals, probably like groundhogs, maybe, I don't know, a rabbit. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Anything that digging in. So they're going to have a lot of audience participation, and they're going to have where the kids can hold the animals and touch them.
Oh, cool. And of course, kids love animals. So do adults.
Yes. I'm a big animal lover, so.
Yeah, my wife sees something like a rabbit hopping around and wants to pull over the car and stop so she can take a picture. So adults love animals too. They are certainly a lot of fun. Okay, let's put that information up on the screen. That's Critters and Conservation, and that is 1 p.m. Wednesday, June 26th at the Hancock War Memorial Library, 220 Park Road in Hancock. Call that number on the screen for more. Okay, now we've talked about gospel music a lot here on the calendar, and it is very beautiful. It's like God's music, and you can really feel it.
Right.
When you're just standing near a gospel performance. One's reminded of the famous scene in the Blues Brothers where they go to a gospel church and they start glowing.
Right.
That's the way you feel with this stuff. It's an amazing form of art. And Gospel in the Park is coming to the region. Yeah,
we have talked about Gospel in the Park several times. This is a summer event. The concerts, they go all through the summer in City Park, which is, really nice to get in there. The trees shade you from the sun a little bit. Now, the person that's going to be performing this week is the singing policeman, Danny Figgins. Now, I've tried to do some research. I know that he was a policeman, but I can't find out where he was a policeman at. Maybe someone can ask him when he's down there. But, from what I've heard, he's got a really amazing voice. He's been around this region in the past, so this will be exciting to see him to come back here at City Park.
Oh, yes. Okay, so the singing policeman, we need some more information about where exactly he was a police officer. We'll trust that he was. We don't want any tickets or anything. Okay, let's put that information up on the screen. That's Gospel in the Park, 7 p.m., Wednesday, June 26th at the Peter B's Bandshell. City Park, of course, that's off Virginia Avenue. That is in Hagerstown, of course. Call Jenny at that number on the screen for more. And of course, gospel music is, as we've said, really something that can energize the soul. Yeah. Okay. Now we have another event coming up, the Washington County Literary Arts Summit. Now this does involve books, am I right?
Well, yeah, a little bit. This is about the craft and production of writing. So this is before they actually become books or plays. They're really going to talk about plays and TV. So it sounds so serious, doesn't it? It's a summit. they're going to be like talking about literary arts. But anyway, there's 4 people that are going to be there. One is Maggie Kate Coleman, and she's a Hagerstown native. She is actually the daughter to one of our own, Kate Coleman, who's been a longtime columnist. And she just recently had a very good musical called Pop that's been received very well in the region, and it was based on Andy Warhol. So she'll be talking about how, you know, that process of writing. James Grady, who's the author of 6 Days at the Condor, which, if you remember, Robert Redford film, he'll be here. And Harry Michael Bazinson, I'm butchering that. He's a professional writer director who was a real pioneer in DC. And then Dale Stein, and she is an award-winning writer and actor, and she received the Helen Hayes award nominations for Best Play and Lead Actress for a one-person play, which is kind of funny because Pop was actually also received a nomination by the Helen Hayes Awards last year. So it's a little DC people. But so what they're going to do, they're really going to talk about the craft and production of writing. And anybody who's a wannabe writer who really has thought that this should be more than a hobby, they really want to make it, should come down there and listen to them talk.
Here's information on that event. It's at the Washington County Literary Art. It's the Washington County Literary Arts Summit, 6:15 to 8:30 p.m. Thursday, June 27th. The Barbara Ingram School for the Arts. That's 711 South Potomac Street in downtown Hagerstown, and it is free. Okay, now real quickly, people can actually interact with us here at the Herald-Mail. It's a new era. We're in 2013, and people can tweet and email and Facebook us. Do you want to give us information on how they can do that?
They can email me at lifestyle@herald-mail.com. They can also email me at crystal.schelle@herald-mail.com. Follow us on Twitter at @HM_lifestyle. And what else? Oh, go to our Facebook page. We have a Herald-Mail Facebook page.
Okay, that is great. Yes, of course. We are in a new era. 20 years ago, it was very hard to get in contact with the people at the local paper or the local TV news. Now you can do that. Okay, now stay with us because coming up after the break, we're going to have much more. I'm looking at the schedule. It's going to be very interesting stuff we're going to talk about, including an event called Learn to Wine. Now, I don't think they're talking about complaining in a pouty fashion. I think they're talking about a certain beverage. So you're going to want to stay tuned to hear what this is all about and much more coming up after the break.